Hello everyone, I'm Joe Ackourey, and welcome to the Fly of the Week. For this episode, episode 40, I'll be tying the Black Foam Peacock Beetle. It's a great fly to add to your arsenal and fishes really well throughout the summer and into the early fall. So without further ado, let's get started. Incredibly awesome terrestrial to have in your arsenal. It works great from throughout the summer and early part of the fall. So let's start off by placing the hook in the vise, making sure that the shank of the hook is parallel with the tabletop, and begin to cover the entire shank of the hook with thread. Wrap back to where the shank and the bend meet. This is an incredibly easy fly to tie, but incredibly effective as well. So now we have our piece of foam. It's approximately a 1/16 of an inch in thickness, and the width of this should be equal to the gap of the hook. So start out by cutting a little notch, little arrowhead, so to speak, into the end of the either end of the foam, and return your thread back up toward the eye. By cutting that notch, it makes it much easier to attach to the hook. Now, once you have it anchored, just wrap into it. It's going to look a little ugly, but you can go back over that and compress all that foam with your thread, like so. Just get it all tied down pretty tightly. There we go. So this is going to be our covering for this fly. Yep, we're in good shape. Now, cut 3 pieces of peacock herl from the quill and attach the cut ends along the shank of the hook, just like that. All right, return your thread to about the 3/4 mark of the shank of the hook, and we're going to build the abdomen. And just kind of slightly overlap the peacock, working up the shank of the hook. There we go. Tie that off. Now, don't cut these ends off. We're going to fold this over the back. The foam, this will be the foam backer. And you're going to tie that, lock that down right there. Tie that in with about 8 or 10 wraps. That looks really good. That's your abdomen for the beetle. Now you're going to fold back the foam piece, work your thread up a little bit, and then you're going to take your peacock herls, your 3 that are laying there, just wrap maybe 3 or 4 wraps of your peacock for the head. Secure that. Okay. Clip off the excess. Give it a couple more securing wraps. Then you're going to fold this over again and secure that with 8 or 10 wraps. Okay, it's starting to look good. Now give this a little pull and cut. And make sure you can see the eye, which you can very easily. So now we have our abdomen. This will be the thorax area, and this will be the head of the beetle. It's looking pretty good. And the underside's a peacock. So now we're going to get our thread back, and we're going to place our legs. So what I like to use for the legs is Krystal Flash, Pearl Krystal Flash. I'm going to put a set of legs on my side, lock that down, clip them off approximately the shank of the hook as well. Now you take the other side, your side, just put them in position there, and clip them off. You could play around and get them perfect, and secure those. So it's starting to come to life now. It really is. It looks good. It's a very effective pattern. You could see how nice it's coming. But it's very difficult to see, believe me. So I like to put a little foam indicator. I like yellow. Yellow works good for me. I'm going to take a section of that and just tie that in. Lock it down with about 8 or 10 wraps. Clip the other half off. You just need a little bit there. Tie your finishing knot in between the indicator. Make sure that it's tight so it bites into that foam, and clip off your tying thread. Now, flip the fly up on the underside and give it a little bit of shot of head cement there, and even on each side. Guys, that's it. It's a great pattern to have. It's a very effective fly. The fish love this pattern. I highly recommend adding this to your arsenal. So thank you for joining me for this episode of the Fly of the Week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next. Tight lines, guys.